Hi there, I just want to do a little video, and I want to talk about duality. You can't have one without the other thing. I put a post on the internet yesterday saying God is the birth of duality, because that's when you're aware, and that's the way it is. You only become aware once duality is present. So that's what God really is. Think of it, the greatest miracle in the world is to have awareness. So that only happens when duality is. And this leads me to explain, there's people out there that have the perfect upbringing. They've never had any struggles, they've never had any pain, and they can't understand how someone like me or can come away with all this information and is expressing myself as much as I am. The reason that is because if you've not had pain, then you can't love. You can't have light without darkness. You can't have darkness without light. If you've had it easy, and you've not, if life hasn't screwed you over, then you've got nothing to give. You've got nothing to give at all. Nothing. So what these people are, and they find themselves very uninspired. There's people out there that live in nice houses, nice families, never arguments, there's never problems. But because of this, they've got nothing to give. And they find themselves searching in life to actually find that thing that is going to make them express something. That's the thing. You need the both sides. You don't know how to love until you've experienced the darkness. Because then if you haven't experienced the darkness, you're basically dull. You've basically got nothing to give, you're dull, you've not experienced the pain. And through something taking something to you, that then gives you that urgency to give, to express, right? That's what duality does. It gives you that thing about expression. If it doesn't happen, then everything is just dull, you see. So that's how you can't have someone having the perfect upbringing, because if they do, they're gonna have nothing to give anyway, if they've not had some sort of discomfort. That's why I'm saying that's why it is true that duality. God is the birth of duality. You see, the other thing I want to speak of is choices. This is something that I was thinking about yesterday. It dawned on me yesterday that everything, and I say it a lot actually, that everything's a choice. Ascension is a choice. Slavery is a choice. Freedom's a choice. Everything is choices. And everything going on is a result of our choices. Because quantum physics explains and science explains how that what you give out comes back. And so this duality that's going on, we are interacting with it and we are it. And we're affecting it. But many people don't want to face the possibility that they are making choices. They want to think in the illusion that something's doing something to them. And while you're in this mode, you cannot ascend. You cannot ascend whilst you're in this mode. And this is the very truth about ascension. I say it's perfect only because I'm choosing to see that it's perfect. That's a choice. If you choose to not see that, then that will be your experience. Then if you choose to not see it's perfect, then you'll be in the state of mind that I was before I had the awakening, and you'll stay there permanently. Albert Einstein once said something, I can't remember the exact words or the quote, but he said that we can't find solutions to problems with the same kind of thinking that we had before. And that's what you need to understand. It's all a choice. And while you're, this is the horrible truth about ascension. It's a choice, and many people I see many that they're in their little bubble and they want to believe that someone's doing something to them. Oh, God is doing something to me, or they did that to me. Oh, I'm not responsible for nothing. I don't create my reality. And while they're in this head, they can't ascend past that. Because that's a choice to remain in that state of mind, you see. That's a choice. Everything is choices. And ascension is a choice. And it's like with my awakening, you know, I think about it a lot, and everything is choices. If I wouldn't have chosen when I was very, very low to decide to start to look at world, I mean, I felt so bad. I created that myself. That I was then put in a situation where I started to look at life very differently. And then I started to realise a different outcome was happening, because that was a choice. And the result of that choice came back. So then you start to change reality, you start to see things differently. All choices. And this is how I started to ascend. But it's all choices. And this is very, very important, you see. That people understand this. You know, it's all you. You are responsible. We create reality by how we look at things. That determines the awareness that we're in. And then there's a reflection, there's a surrounding of whatever your awareness is. But we're not learnt this growing up. We're learnt to believe that someone is doing something to us. The separate God that no one knows about or explains about is doing something to you. Or the devil is doing something to you. Well, all it is, all these perceptions are programmed perceptions. When people say, oh, the devil exists, oh, hell exists, that's programming. From a system that starts from when you're very little. Your parents are programmed. They start it. Then it's school, education, and they're doing it all. And the teachers in school don't realise that they're programmed also. Then till you get to a stage where you get a degree, and a degree just basically means that you're programmed enough and the system's happy with you. So it gives you a degree. It wants people that are programmed. So it makes sense to invent degrees. When someone like me doesn't have any of that. And yet there's people with degrees that can't see life and can't ascend. They can't ascend. If you can't ascend, then you're basically a loser. That's what you are. If you are stuck in a hole and you're just holding on to your degree and you're not actually ascending anywhere, then you're just, it's no use then. You're just in an illusion that you're actually smart when all you're doing is repeating programming and not thinking of what you're actually repeating. How is this affecting me? So people need to think about this. Very, very important. But anyway, I'm just going to end it there. I spoke about important things. Things that dawned on me. Like the thing about duality I was saying earlier. That if you need to experience the dark before you can give light. Before you can express. And that's the way it is. You can't have one without the other. And so, but anyway, I'm just going to end it there. If you're watching, you're meant to watch it. Everything falls in divine order. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you.